Hi there. I'm pretty excited. This is chapter 8, it's our last chapter, and we are looking, basically, it's about rates and proportions and scales. So it's actually kind of a really nice way to end off the year because, well, there's really no big scary math. There's no quadratic formula, there's no sine law, no cos law. Just a lot of proportions and stuff. Anyway, let's talk about ratios. The comparison of two different amounts. Oh, okay. Are you familiar with the concept of cutting and pasting? Yeah, there we go. Should be the same units. I'll probably be fixed on yours. All right, so examples. How about your trig ratios? Right? Sine, cos, tangent, those are all ratios. We just don't always say the ratio part. How about when you're mixing fuel? I don't even know if they do that in engines, but in the old days when I had an Arctic Cat J9000, is that little ski I had growing up? It was 50 to 1. 50 to 1 was my fuel mix, so it's 50 part fuels to 1 part oil. I've seen the same thing when you do develop photography or when you're mixing chemicals, herbicides and stuff like that. I think if you go to make a pie crust, it's like maybe it's like 3 parts butter to 2 parts flour. Okay, and it doesn't say whether you should use teaspoons or cups or gallons or whatever, but it's always a 3-to-2 ratio. Okay, so no units. Rates, on the other hand, which is what this worksheet's kind of going to be about, are a comparison of two different amounts that are measured with different units. So this one, no units. All right, things that do. How about price per kilogram? That looks awful. Let me fix that. Right? So dollars per kilogram, kilometers per hour. How about talking about wages? It might be dollars per hour. If you get paid hourly, or it might be dollars per month if you get a salary. And there's some argument, and I've had arguments with my sister about which one of these is better. This one, you get paid for every hour, you might even get some OT. This one is usually what's called the salaried worker, which is something like a teacher. I get whatever I get per month, and there's no overtime. So there's no, yeah, we'll just go with there's no overtime. I don't know about frames per second. Anybody know what that is? Yes, that's if you're in the film industry. I want to say film is usually 30 frames per second. But I don't even know if that counts anymore now that everything's digital. I don't know. All right, a unit rate is a rate in which the second term is 1. Well, most of these, I guess, would be unit rates. But here, for example, I could say I went 500 kilometers in 4 hours. Okay, but a unit rate would be 125 kilometers per hour. So it's always per 1. So you might go to the grocery store and it might say 5 apples for $3. So that's just a plain old rate. But if you go easy, good. 5 divided by 3. So it'd be 1.67. So 1.67. Okay, this seems a bit weird. Apples per dollar. I think you usually flip that because you're not going to buy 1.6. I have $1. Can I have 1.67 apples? No, that's not going to work. But per unit rate. And if you've ever gone shopping and you're young and you have good eyes, you can usually see the unit price on almost everything. So when you go to see, should I buy a big container of sour cream or should I buy the little one, it'll give you the price per milliliter. Almost always it's a big one unless the little one's on sale. Y'all know this. Okay, so anyway, ta-da, there's unit rates. Let's do a few examples here. They're not particularly difficult. Natasha can buy a 12-kilogram turkey from her local butcher for $42.89. The local supermarket has turkeys advertised in a flyer for $1.49 a pound. The one thing I don't like about the textbook is it assumes that you know all these conversions or you're going to look them up or you know what to do with them. Okay, but I give it to you here. There's about 2.2 pounds in a kilogram. Which store has the lower price? Well, one way you could do it is you could figure out price per kilogram. So for our turkey from the butcher, it's 42.89 divided by 12. And let's see what that is. 42.89 divided by 12. All right, so it's $3.57 per kilogram. Now that is unit price, and it's pretty easy. This part, well, it is a unit price. However, it's a unit price per kilogram. So $1.49 per pound. Okay, LB, by the way, that's pound. Well, if we multiply a pound by 2.2, that's going to give us kilograms. And we're going to multiply this by 2.2. And that will give us 1.49. Oh, there it goes. Times 2.2 is 328 per kilogram. So the butcher is, or sorry, supermarket is cheaper. And if we find the difference there, 357 minus 328. Oopsies. 357 minus, that's enough. 328 is 29 cents. So that's one way to do it. Another way, right? And I think there's probably more than that. We could just take the 12 pounds and we're going to multiply that by 2.2 because there's 2.2 nope, wrong. We're going to divide it by 2.2. We are going to do some stuff with conversion factors later. That will make this easier so you're not having to figure out whether I should divide or multiply. But I know a kilogram is much bigger. So if I go from pounds and convert it to kilograms, if I multiply it, I get a really big answer. And that's not right. Kilograms, bigger units, so there should be less of them. Is equal to 12 divided by 2.2. All right, 5.45 kilograms, and that 5 kilograms costs $42. So if I go 42 0.89, divide that by 5.49, and that should give me 42.89 divided by 5.49. I don't know if you can hear my crazy dog. 7.81. Yeah, that's all messed up, isn't it? Let me try again. I was right the first time. Hey. Hold on. Sorry about that. I was getting completely flustered between my question being messed up and my dog freaking out. I live on the 3rd floor and she's freaking out because there's some dog on the ground level walking by. Anyway, let's try this part again. I know this answer's right. No, my mistake is it was 12 kilograms. And I should multiply by 2.2. My apologies. So 12 times 2.2. 12 times 2.2. It's 26.4 pounds. All right. Now, it was $42.89. And for that, I get 26.4 pounds. So 42.89 divided by 26.4, $1.62. $1.60 per pound. Okay, the reason I knew my previous answer that I erased because I was so embarrassed was wrong, because I was ending up with like $7 a kilogram, and it didn't make any sense because I was thinking the number is supposed to be close to 1. Sorry, my bad. But you know what? Let's just carry on. Carry on, carry on, carry on. All right, next one. With a little note, always make sure you're comparing the same thing. And this is one of the things that drives me nuts when you're shopping, is you can get, for example, the 925 milliliter container of paint and a 3.54 liter container of paint. Which one has the lower cost? Well, these are milliliters and this is in liters, and you need to know that there's 1,000 milliliters per liter. Oh, you were in grade 10, you should know that. Which means if I divide this by 1,000, so 925 milliliters divided by 1,000 equals 0.925 liters. All right, so we want the amount of money per liter. So we want price per liter. So I got 20.09 divided by 0.925 liters. All right, 21.72. A liter. Or the big bucket is, we still want to do dollars per liter. So it is $52.99 divided by, how many liters? 3.5. $52. 0.99 divided by 3.54. And that gives you 14.97. So clearly the bigger container is a better price. Now, why might you choose to buy the smaller container? Yeah, all things being equal, it depends on what you're going to use it for. It said it is paint. So sure, if it is the paint that I'm going to use to paint my barn, then that probably is a great container and a great price. If it's the paint I'm going to do my window trim with, maybe don't need that much paint. So sometimes unit price is not the only consideration. So in this one, my personal bugaboo. Okay. So one serving of plain yogurt is 175 grams and 140 calories. One serving of Lion yogurt is 125 grams and 160 calories. Well, that means, difference between a serving of Lion and a serving of just plain is only 20 calories. It is, but it isn't. This to me is, I don't know, just rotten marketing. And they were from the same company, by the way. Okay, because yeah, they're one serving, but look, that's the difference in size. This is like 3/4 a cup, and this is half a cup, if that helps you some. So why don't we find calories per gram? Right, well, I don't want to use half a cup and stuff like that. Well, let's do calories per gram, and it's probably a better way to look at them, maybe. Let's see. Oh, I'm actually thinking I want to do something else yet too. So for my lime, I have 160 calories divided by 125. So 160 divided by 125 is 1.28 calories per gram. So this is for lime. Now for plain one, I want to do the same comparison. Is calories 140 per 175 0.8 calories per gram, and this is for plain. But you know what? That really doesn't do it for me. I think what I want to know is let's make the servings the same size. Let's do, what do you think? I like yogurt, so let's find out how many calories in 175 grams of lime. Because to me, that's fair. If you're going to have one that's 175 in a serving and one's 125, that's really hard to compare them because, okay, frankly, it's yogurt. It's like you'd think serving sizes should be identical. So 175 grams times 1.28 calories per gram. Ooh. So now I'm just saying, I'm thinking, what should I have for snack? Should I have some plain yogurt or should I have some lime flavored yogurt with 140 and 160? The serving things right off the container. It's like pretty much the same stuff. Doesn't matter. Just enjoy what you want. But when I see the difference is 140 versus 224, that's almost twice as many calories. So watch when you're shopping. Not only do you look at unit price, but also look at serving sizes, because sometimes that can be deceiving. All right, excellent video, excellent math lesson. Thank you for coming.